welcome to the final video of my LCK Summer 2022 preview. We're going to be covering T1 in this one, obviously the top-rated team. When you go 18-0, you're the top-rated team. Challenger team went 21-15. We're going to just touch on this a bit. Obviously, a lot of these players are well-known. We have went over them plenty of times. They did not make any changes to their academy team as expected. So, one thing about this team that sticks out is the fact that the solo laners' numbers are not great when it comes to laning. And this team is a great team fighting team. And Zeus is very good in lane. Faker's very good in lane. But when push comes to shove, the stats don't show it necessarily. So, Zeus 364 KDA and only an 816 CS per minute. 816 is good, but I thought it would have been higher given it's Zeus. 52.5 KP, so more of a solo lane type guy instead of a team fight tank oriented player, which makes sense. He played a ton of Jace in spring. Low kill share at only 18%, given a 21% gold share, so he gets a lot of gold for only getting 18% of the kills. Played 11 champions in 43 games. Photon behind him is definitely ready for a look somewhere in the LCK. He has an 875 CS per minute. That alone across 31 games should get you a look somewhere. 53 KP, so it's not even like he's got super low KP that he's in solo lane by himself 48% of the time. No, he's actually fighting probably more than your average top laner and also out-farming them by quite a margin. 21% kill share, 22% gold share, played 12 champions in 31 games. Photon should be getting a look somewhere in the LCK. I can't say it enough. Owner, 575 KDA, 563 CS per minute, 70 KP. So his CS per minute's on the right side of 5.5, as well as his KP on the right side of 70. He makes plays. He gets ahead in his role. 22% kill share. He gets quite a few kills given the fact that he's a jungler. And 19% gold share. 8 champions in 43 games. Forest behind him. Similar stats when it comes to CS and KP. 558 and 71.4 respectively. So very similar player in the fact that he can get ahead in his matchup and he also can create and make plays and involve himself. However, he did not take as much of a carry role as Owner did, only getting 20% of kills and 18.7% of gold, playing 13 champions in 31 games, which is a lot of champions given his CS numbers being as high as they are. Faker, at points during spring, it felt like Faker was falling off a bit, but over the aggregate, he was solid. 836 CS per minute, definitely on the wrong side of 8.5, as well as 57.6 KP on the wrong side of 70 by quite a margin. Faker's definitely, I think, on the downside of his career. That's not a lot to say. I think we all know that. But his team fighting is still elite. His decision making is still elite. And that's why he is one of the best in the world. 23.3 kill share, 21.6 gold share. Played 12 champions in 43 games. Now, Tolan D behind him. Tolan D, I think, is a player that they are hanging on to. Don't know how long Faker's got left, right? So, this kid's got 9 CS per minute. That is fine. That is good enough to be able to get a look in the LCK. Excuse me. In the LCK, in my opinion, 67.6 KP. So his KP is 10% higher than Faker's, and he is out farming Faker, given at a lower level, by 0.62 CS per minute. 22% kill share, 23% gold share, 11 champions in 30 games. If he's not going to play for T1, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a look on a lower level LCK team next year as well. Who knows what these contracts are? Then again, these players could be extended through 2024 and not be eligible to be signed, but I think they deserve a look. They deserve to be given a look in the LCK. So Gumayusi, I have him as my top 80 carry in the world. If you watch my top 5s video, his MSI was a struggle, but 554 and over 10 CS per minute. Anytime you see over 10 CS per minute, you have to be impressed. 67.1 KP, that's high That's on the higher side of things for an 80 carry. Some 80 carries are in the high 50s, low 60s, whereas 67 is a good number for an 80 carry. He involves himself in 2 out of every 3 kills, as well as finds time to farm 10 CS a minute. 32 kill share, 25 gold share. He is the carry. That goes, pretty much without saying. 10 champions in 43 games. Trigger behind him is not nearly ready for the LCK. 923 CS per minute in 31 games is not going to cut it. That probably will translate to a high 8 or a low 9 in the LCK. And when you have to go against a guy like Guma, you're going to be 1 CS down a minute right off the rip on average. 69% KP, which is similar to Guma. He involves himself quite a lot. 30% kill share, 24 gold share, played 11 champions in 31 games. I'd almost argue that Trigger should play less than 11 champions in hopes of doing better, farming better, playing better in lane. Keria, in my opinion, is the best support in the world. A great player. Played 16 champions in 43 games this past split, 72 KP, 475 KDA. Cabby behind him, 311, 68.5, and played 10 champions in 31 games. Keria's job is safe. Everybody's job is safe. I mean, it's T1, they're 18-0. But I don't think Trigger or Cabby's going to get a look on an LCK team anytime soon. It is the 2 solo laners that I'm paying attention to as players that in 2023, if their contract's up or, the organization does the right thing, they'll allow those team players to move on. I have my opinion is I think you should have the best academy roster you possibly can have at all times, and I think a good way of doing that is by signing players and saying, hey, you're going to play for us in academy, you're going to scrim our, top team, you're going to be in competition with our top team to be able to get a look, at the pro level. If you're better than my top laner, I will swap you or whatever is the theory. But if another team comes knocking, I'm not going to stop them from going to that other team. And I feel like that is a strategy that can encourage people to want to play for you at the academy level, because they say, oh, well, even if I am blocked by somebody, I know that if I do well, this team is not going to hold me hostage. And I feel like right now, where we are in esports, especially in League, which we saw with Reckless and we saw with Perks and a few others, even Sven right now. Sven, I know he's going to support, but I wonder if he could have went to another team and been an 80 carry the last year or so, So, it's unfortunate that, well, one split, I guess. But still, it's unfortunate that players get blocked. So, kind of a little mini rant. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked the video, comment down below. Subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. And yeah, I hope you come back for more.